custom products in your Etsy and print-on-demand business is a great way to stand out from the competition. I know that I was originally intimidated by offering custom products because one, I didn't know how, and two, I was concerned with how much time it would take. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a listing for a custom product in Etsy and how to complete custom product orders utilizing Printify in a quick and easy way that you can actually implement in your shop today. My name is Taylor and my channel is focused on all things Etsy and print on demand. If those are two things that interest you, I'd love to have you introduce yourself in the comments. I'll be sure to say hi and boop the subscribe button for more videos like this. Here on my channel, I share my journey with Etsy and print on demand, as well as create content surrounding the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. In a previous video, we created this design, and so I figured today we can create a custom listing for it. So what we're gonna do first, I'm gonna jump over to Printify. Now, the first thing that we are going to want to make sure of is that we are integrated with our Printify account to our Etsy account. How you can confirm that is up at this top left corner. You should see your Etsy store name in that box. If you don't, you can click there and manage your stores where you'll be able to add a new store, which this is what that screen will look like. So you will want to just connect to Etsy and make sure that you are integrated. From there, we are ready to go ahead and start to create our listing. So I'm gonna go to the product catalog. Let's take a look at the best sellers. I am gonna go ahead and actually do this for a pillow. So I think that would be fun to add this design for. I'm gonna just click start designing, and I actually need to go back into Kittl really quick. I'm gonna re-download this design. Just a quick tip, I always like to make sure that the DPI is set at 300. Remove the background because I do want this to be transparent, and I always click optimize quality, and I download this as a PNG. Perfect. So I've downloaded that. Let's go back to Printify. I am going to bring this to our pillow, and I want to put this on both sides. I'm going to just make it a little bit smaller. Perfect. I'm going to duplicate it and put it on the other side as well. This isn't super important because this is a custom listing. This isn't going to be the design that is printed on every single product that's sold. We are actually going to be uploading a new design file anytime somebody orders this item, which I'm going to show you exactly how to do and the steps to take for that. So I'm going to go ahead and just save this. We would want to add in our title, our description, assign a shipping profile, and of course determine our price. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to just leave that as is, and I am going to go ahead and uncheck mockups. I always like to upload my own mockups, but from here I'm going to just click publish. So now this listing is publishing, which means it's going to send it over to Etsy because our account is integrated. And there is where we are going to fill out the listing details so that this is set up properly for us to sell this as a custom listing. While we're waiting for that to publish, I'm actually gonna go back over to Kittl and let's see if there is a pillow mock-up that we could maybe do for our design. Here's pillows. Kind of like this first one. Ooh, yeah, I like that. All right, let me just make this a little bit bigger. That way it looks a little bit more realistic for how we sized it. And then I'm gonna download that. Perfect, we will use that for our listing. So let's hop over to Etsy. I'm gonna refresh. Perfect, so we can see that our listing has shown up here in Etsy. So here's where we're gonna make just a couple little modifications. So let's jump into the listing. I personally always switch to the old version. I don't know if anybody else has experienced where you go to your listing and it has the new version. I've tried the new version, but I don't know, maybe I'm just stuck in my ways. I really like the old version. I found that the pictures in the new version, I had a hard time rearranging pictures. Maybe it's different now. I haven't tried it in a while, but comment down below if you go back to the old version like I just have, or if you stay in the new version when you are creating and editing your listings. I'm curious. All right, so I am going to add in our mock-up that we made. I'm gonna delete the one from Printify. I personally always like to use more of a realistic lifestyle type mock-up for any of the product types that I like to sell in my shop. And so I think these just represent the product a lot better. I think these look very natural, very realistic. I think that looks super good. So I'm gonna leave that like that. With a custom listing, I also would recommend that you incorporate some details about what is able to be customized on the listing. So you could create something in Canva. Just to show you what I mean, I brought the mockup over into Canva. And so what I might do is add in some text just to kind of explain what can be done with this listing. So maybe I'll write, add your custom name and year, and maybe I'll add a background. I like the green. We'll do that. I want to just get a arrow, just a simple arrow I think is fine. I'm going to just flip it like this. We'll do an arrow there, an arrow down here. So this is just a super quick version, but I would do something like this where I take one of my mock-up photos and I add some type of how-to in a sense, where I'm explaining that the name can be customized on this product as well as the year. And I'll also give some more information about this in the personalization box, which we're gonna go look at on Etsy. So let's jump over back to Etsy. You will have added in all of your photos for this listing here, and then we're gonna just scroll down through. Because we brought this listing in over from Printify, I like to start by creating the product in Printify because Printify is going to import some of the key information about the product for me. For example, the about this listing and that it is made by another company or person, the category for the product type, all of that automatically comes from Printify. So I don't have to worry about that, overthink that or anything. So I'm gonna just scroll down. You could put in your colors. You could put in, for this being a pillow, width, length, if it's hypoallergenic, you can put in all of these details. The more details you know, it can be helpful for somebody looking for something specific. However, if you don't know this information, that's okay too. It just means that if somebody's using filters to try to find something super specific that matches these requirements or credentials, you want to call them, I wouldn't overthink any of these things. If you know them, awesome, add that information in. If you don't know them, that's fine too. It is not going to make or break your listing, so I wouldn't overthink it. And let's keep scrolling down. So the important thing when it comes to creating a custom listing in Etsy is we want to get rid of the SKU number. The reason that we want to get rid of this SKU is because what would happen right now if somebody purchased this listing, this SKU number is attached to the listing that we created in Printify with the design already on it. Now, somebody who's ordering this product doesn't want it to say Taylor and Sadie 2023. They want it to say their name and their horse's name and whatever year they're looking for. By doing this and erasing this SKU, this is actually going to put this order into a different section in Printify, which we will get to in just a second. And this is going to allow us to import our own design each time so that we don't have to worry about this automatically being imported with maybe a previous design from a previous customer or the design that we put in by default when we first created the listing. If that happens, the order might automatically get fulfilled depending on your settings, and then the customer might receive the wrong item. So deleting out the SKU is going to prevent that for us, and I will show you exactly how we're going to find the order in Printify in our next step. So before we get to that, let's just scroll down. With a personalized or custom listing, we do want to give some information about how we need to collect that custom name or year, date, whatever you're looking to do with your product. So I'm just clicking this toggle on for our personalization, and here I want to type in what I'm looking for from my customer. So I'm gonna just type in, please type in the names and the year that you would like printed on the pillow. I'm gonna say, please type in the names in the order you would like them to print. And then I like to also give an example. So I might type example, Taylor and Sadie, 2023. So this example also matches what I have on the mockups and for what the customer is seeing in the listing photos, so that it hopefully helps and shows exactly what they need to type, how they need to type it for it to look the way that they want on their product. I'm not going to check the personalization is optional box. You could if this is something that the personalization is optional for. However, this is something that I want to be required by the customer. So I'm not going to check that. I'm going to leave that as is. And I think that is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and I am going to just click publish. Now, when somebody orders this, let's head over to Printify to walk through the steps of how you are going to import your product. All right, so we're back in Printify and I've gone to my orders. Now, automatically when you go to your orders in Printify, it takes you to your Printify orders tab. When somebody orders our listing that doesn't have a SKU number, Printify doesn't know what the product should be. And so it does not put that order automatically into our Printify orders. What it does is it puts it into our other orders, which is this tab right here to the right. So I'm gonna click that, and here we can see we have 2 orders for 2 products that are custom products. And in this tab is where all of your orders that you've created listings for with no SKU number will appear. It is a really great best practice to check your other orders tab every now and then, because I've experienced where I have certain products that sometimes there is some type of issue where maybe it just didn't sync properly and an order I received popped up in this other orders tab. And if I wouldn't have checked, I wouldn't have known, wouldn't have been able to fulfill that order, or at least in a timely manner. And so then it would have been late going out to my customer. So regardless if you're offering custom orders or not, it is just a really great best practice to check this tab every now and then. What we're gonna do to actually fulfill this order. So I'm going to go ahead and click the order for our pillow. And what I wanna do first is click select product. So if I go to the catalog, I'm gonna just type in pillow. Now you could type in your product type here, or you could just scroll. I'm gonna just go to home and living, look for pillows. Perfect. And here we are, our spun polyester square pillow. That is the pillow that we picked when we were designing this. Once we've selected our pillow, we can go ahead and just click next. And now we need to upload our custom design. For example, our customer, they want this to actually say Molly and Bianca. That's their horse's name. So we have Molly and Bianca. They still wanted it to say 2023. I would go ahead, change the name, re-download this file, and then I'm able to go back into Printify and let's add our new custom design. Perfect. So I am going to place that on our pillow, just like so, and duplicate that because I do want this to be double-sided. And we're gonna just save. There we go. That is all you have to do. Super easy, super fast. So I've imported the exact product with the exact design that our customer was looking for. We just customized that name really quick. It is important that you have a really good organization system for your designs, especially your custom designs, because you are going to want to be able to easily find those files if you are receiving a lot of custom orders. Once you've hit import order, it's going to import your order over to your Printify orders. And here is where you are going to just submit that order, or if you have automatic fulfillment, that order will automatically be fulfilled at your set time or whatever settings you have that put to. And that is it. It is super simple, just a couple steps. The main thing is just removing that SKU. Now, I will say, if we go back to Etsy, just a quick little tip. If I were to be creating more custom pillows like this, what I would actually recommend you do in the future, after you've already created your template, we'll call this, in Etsy for a custom pillow, I would start in Etsy for my next custom pillow listing. So I would just click this little settings button and then I would click copy. And so when I copy that, then I'm going to just go ahead and put in my new photos of the new custom pillow I'm looking to sell. I would want to change my SEO, so change my title, my tags, so that it's relevant to the new product that I'm selling. And then I can go ahead and publish that copy, leaving out the SKU. And so I could just publish that copy, and that now serves as just a template for me anytime I'm creating a custom pillow product. You can do the same thing and apply these same steps to any product type, no matter what it is. What I recommend, again, just to recap, is start with listing the product in Printify so that it syncs all the details for you into your Etsy. And then from there, it is just copying the listing in Etsy, republishing new listings in Etsy. And then when you receive those orders, just make sure you're checking that other orders tab on Printify. If you've made it this far in the video, you are committed to growing and scaling your Etsy and print-on-demand business, and I applaud you for that because it is work. It does take time, but you can do it. And your dedication to getting to this point is what will set you apart from the rest. If you aren't already using Printify, be sure to grab my link in the description to get started. I also have a discount code to Printify's Bootcamp. This is their mini course, and my code will actually save you 70% off if you wanted to give that a try. When you use any of these links, you support me as a creator with no added cost to you. Thank you so much for all of your support and positivity. Comment down below if you will be, or maybe you already are, offering custom products in your Etsy shop. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one.